Yo, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope you're well. Hi, I'm Jules, 47, neurodivergent. Just talking about life, what I'm thinking about, what I'm learning, what I'm going through, what I have gone through, that sort of thing, and sharing my lessons with you. So if that sounds good to you, stick around and hang out. So today I want to talk about the system. I think about this all the time, and I really have since I was between 13, 15, when the way the world worked really started to make less and less sense to me. I don't think it ever really made sense to me, but around the time I reached teenagerhood, I really started to realize that I did not like my options for my adult future. And I just didn't want to participate. And I haven't quite figured out how to exit the machine yet, but I'm still working on it. This is part of it. And when I do figure it out, when I succeed, I will share it with you. Or you may watch it happen. This may lead to that. That's my hope. But even if it doesn't, I'm getting enough out of this. So anyway, when I was listening to a book I've mentioned on here a few times now, The Full Catastrophe by Casey Mulligan Walsh. It's her memoir. She talks about her whole life, and then her kids, like her life with her kids. And I found myself really empathizing with her kids more than her, in some of her stories. It sounds like I think all of her kids have some form of ADD or ADHD. And her daughter wasn't diagnosed as autistic, but some of the things she mentioned really reminded me of autism. And so Casey was always trying to get them to like do their homework and do better in school and stuff. And one of them was super good at sports, and one of them was really talented in music. And I feel like if they had been able to pursue those and like not spend so much attention on trying to be good at things that they just weren't naturally good at, a lot of their emotional problems later wouldn't have happened. I feel like that's true for all of us. Like, if we were able to play to our strengths and our joy, like where those two things meet, and not focus so much on the stuff that just doesn't interest us at all and we're not good at, like, I really feel like that's a waste of effort. Like, and I always have. My mom had to pay me to pass second year algebra, because, and I, like, historically I'd only gotten money for A's. I got money for A's, and it might have even been straight A's. If I got straight A's, I got $100 or something. But when I was in high school, I'd liked math up until geometry. I started struggling with geometry, and then second year algebra, I was like, this makes no goddamn sense. And I don't need it. I know I don't need it for the kind of life I want to live. I don't need it. I don't want to be an architect. Like, nothing I want to do in my life is going to require this level of math. Like, I don't need to know it. And so I just felt zero motivation for learning it. And so I just started doing my art homework during math class, which really pissed my math teacher off. And my grades were like seriously dropping, and my mom was like, look, I don't like math either. And I agree it's stupid, but you have to at least pass the class. They hired me a tutor. I was going to a Kumon center to learn the Kumon method once a week. And I was going in to school early for one-on-one sessions with my math teacher, who I called Steel Wool because he had gray hair, he wore gray suits, and his personality was extremely abrasive. Anyway, and I barely scraped by with a 60% a D, and I think I got $100 for that. That's the only time I got money for a grade below an A, because I was just not having it. And I still think it's stupid to this day. And I know someone who went to university late in life, in their 40s, and for French, and they had to learn calculus. It was a prerequisite. Why? Well, they asked, and they said it's a filtering mechanism. It filters out the people that don't want to put the effort in, or like it reduces the number of applicants. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Like, people that don't need that math, you're just going to deny them an education in the arts or in languages because they can't learn math or they don't want to? Like, this is so messed up. Like, the way the right brain is discriminated against is just so immensely frustrating. And I think it ties into why birth rates are going down. I saw an episode of The Functional Melancholic on YouTube. I'll see if I can find that. The one I'm talking about, and link it. If not, then I'll just link his channel down below. But he was talking about why he thinks birth rates are going down, and I don't remember his reasons, but I didn't agree entirely. I think that people are just dissatisfied with the system, and they know that if they have kids, they're going to have to put them through that system as well. And also, they haven't escaped the system themselves, and they're exhausted and broke already. And kids are expensive and require a lot of energy and attention. And we just don't have it. We don't have it. I always knew that I didn't have it, even before I was diagnosed with my forms of neurodivergence. I knew that I was. I knew that I was different from people. I knew that regular life is just hard for me to succeed at in general. And I knew that having a kid would make it even more so. And socializing is also difficult for me. And if I had a kid, first of all, I'm not a kid person. And my mom was like, but it's so different when it's your own. I'm like, yeah, but even if I like my own kids, which isn't a guarantee, they're going to have friends. And those friends are going to have parents and teachers. And I'm going to have to interact with a lot of people. And possibly, depending on my kid's personality and what they get into, possibly in really stressful and troublesome situations, knowing what I put my parents through growing up, and what they put me through. No, it's just not an experience that I wanted. And also, when I was watching The Functional Melancholic, I was thinking that he was definitely not taking into account, and this is true, he didn't, birth control and the fact that women now are allowed to earn their own income and don't have to be married to a man to survive. And so I think a lot of women before those freedoms were in place didn't have any choice but to have babies. And maybe fewer women than was previously recognized actually want to be mothers. Before they didn't have a choice, now they do. And then I realized that even like all the men I've dated didn't want kids and didn't have any kids. And I think all the people on my work team, there are 8 of us, I don't think any of us have kids. There might be one that has a daughter, but I'm not sure. And in any case, it's 1 out of 8 if there is. And we're all, except one on the team, we're all over 40, I believe. So yeah. So it's not just women choosing not to have kids. It's men too. And I think it's because the system just doesn't encourage it. We're not happy with the options we had growing up, and it doesn't look like it's getting any better. So why put someone through that? I mean, I have maintained since I was younger that the kindest thing that I ever did for my kids was not having them. Because of my own like inability to even like totally take care of myself well. Like my struggles with that, like I definitely would really struggle with taking care of a whole other human or two. And to think that my great-grandmother on my mom's side had 13 kids, like how? I mean, you just have to stop caring at some point, right? Like there's no way you can like genuinely be involved in the lives of 13 kids. I think it's so interesting. So my great-grandmother had 13, and then my grandmother had 4, and then neither of her sons had kids, and both of her daughters only had 1, and I had none, and my cousin had 1. So like it's definitely dwindling like quickly. But I mean, again, the choices have changed too. Like the ability to prevent pregnancy has become a thing. So it's really interesting. I don't know what all the factors are. I'm sure I'm missing a ton, but I think that what I've noticed definitely isn't insignificant. Yeah, I think that may be everything I had on that subject. And my braids are done. I forgot to bring a bandana in here, so I'm not gonna put that on while I'm talking to you. I'm gonna wear these hoops today. I don't think I've worn these in at least 10 years. That's fun. Yeah. All right. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be wealthy. And may you feel at ease. I love you so much. Until next time. Bye-bye.